Hello guys, it's Soulfax here and welcome to another War Thunder video. Now today I'm doing something different from what I usually do. In my usual videos I either showcase my own replays that you sent me, or I do the War Thunder weekly news show in which I go over through everything that's happened in the past week and give you my opinion on it. Now this time I'm showcasing an event. The event is called The Road for the Brave. You've probably seen this event already and know what I'm talking about, but for everybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about and hasn't seen this event already, let me just explain the basic premise. It's a really awesome premise. This event follows the usual formula of just any other event that's appeared in War Thunder in the past couple of years, but with a big twist to it. So firstly, there are two sides, the attacking team and the defending team. The attacking team needs to capture the point. The defending team needs to defend the point. If the attackers don't hold the point for long enough, the defending team wins by default. Now, that is a twist to it. It's different from the usual random battles that we have in War Thunder, but what's an even bigger twist is that the defending team is in tanks or in ground vehicles, and the attacking team is in airplanes, and that is what makes this event so awesome. I really think that Gaijin needs to give whoever thought of this event a raise and a medal, because this has been more fun than I've had in War Thunder the past couple of months, or maybe even a year or so. It's been such a great event to play. Unfortunately, it's only in arcade battles, and as some of you probably know, I don't play arcade battles like at all. The last time I played arcade battles was a couple of weeks ago, where I got fed up playing simulated battles and realistic battles and decided to slug it out in my i16-27 in arcade battles, and it went very poorly because I never fly arcade battles and I don't know how to fly in arcade battles. And I'm going to showcase that in this video. You will see how horrible I am at flying in arcade battles. So this event is played on the Mozdok map, and as well as this map is very good in ground forces, it's very good in these kind of events because the road that you need to land on is extremely visible and extremely long and extremely straight, so it's extremely easy to land on that road. I'd say it extremely like 5 times in a row. Yeah, my English vocabulary is not very big, I'm very sorry for that. But anyhow, one of the things that I need to mention in this video is that so if you look at this screen right now, this is the announcement screen on warthunder.com page, where Gaijin basically announced and explained this event for everybody who follows their page. They said that one of the tactics that the Air Force team should use is use bombs to try and bomb out the tanks on the enemy team. But one of the things that they failed to notice is that the maximum bomb load that you can carry is in this plane. This is the Henschel 51C1, and the maximum bomb load it can carry is 60 kilos. 6 times 10 kilo bombs. Like, come on, guys, and that's not even funny. I mean, it is funny, but that's not funny. You can't kill anything with 10 kilo bombs, not even 6 of them. You could hardly kill a tank with 50 kilo bombs, let alone 6 10 kilo bombs. I'm not sure that it could even kill actual artillery with 10 kilo bombs. And I did try it, even though I did miss in this case. That M3 actually moved that away before my bombs dropped on him. I did try in another match, and I dropped my bombs exactly on top of an LVT-A1, and it did absolutely nothing, so I can confirm that the 10 kilo bombs don't do any damage whatsoever. But now you're gonna see why I told you that I'm very horrible at flying in arcade battles, because I just completely misjudged where the ground is, and I crashed in, and I crashed my plane. But with this plane, I'm going to try to do what the actual objective of this game mode is. We need to capture that road. So we're going to try to go around the road and try to drive down it to see if I can sneak up on the enemy, and you're going to see how that turns out. So moving on to my second plane in this match, this is another Henschel 51, this time the B1 version. This one can't carry bomb, but it really doesn't matter because the bombs, like I told you, do jack shit. Now, with this flyout, I have a plan, a very cunning plan if I might say. So my plan is to dive down all the way to ground level so the enemy doesn't see me coming. I completely forgot that this was arcade battles and that you can always see your enemy in arcade battles, but never mind that. So I dove down to ground level or to deck level, and my plan was to land around 2 kilometers away from the enemy on the road that we need to capture and drive along the road until I reach the capture point. I was hoping that I can do this because, well, this is arcade battles, and I'm even trying to cripple myself a little bit, switching over to the amazing model cockpit of this Henschel 51, because, well, when you're a pilot like me who is used to flying simulated battles, in theory you should be just fine in arcade battles. You should fly arcade battles like a freaking professional, but yeah, that might not just turn out as I hoped it will. But anyhow, I'm making my first approach of this I'm almost at airfield again on the road, and as you can see, I'm not going overly fast here. I should be able to land quite easily here, so I'm trying to line it up. I pull up my nose a little bit, and I do stick the landing at first, but something weird is going on. Like, with the combination of the instructor and the combination of the weird elevator of this thing just completely knocks me off course, and I lose my wheels and I hit a tree and I mess it up. Yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing. Okay, we're just gonna completely ignore that. Let's try that again. So for my second attempt at landing at this road, I decided to use a monoplane. This is the only monoplane in the lineup for this event. This is the Henschel 112 V5. Now again, I'm trying the same approach at roughly the same area. I'm going a little bit too fast, so I decided to pop up my combat flaps. And I thought that at this point I pressed G. Apparently I didn't press G, so I get very nice and low here. And then I realized, oh, I didn't press G to get my landing gear down, and yep, I'm an idiot. I clipped my landing gear on the ground before they were fully extended. And I even clip my propeller to the ground, so I can't even continue flying here. I'm an idiot. How can I be so bad at this? Now, it's at this point in time I thought to myself, hey, if I fly similar battles all the time, I should be able to do this. But if I can't do this, let me try to do something that I'm good at. So I decided to try to land an aircraft on this field using full real controls. Let's see how that turns out for me. Okay, so let's do this. Again, another match. I'm flying in the Henschel 112 V5 again, but this time I'm using full real controls, which means I'm basically flying with the simulator battles flight scheme in arcade battles. That might not sound so weird, but when you consider that I am flying with simulator battles controls in arcade battles and I'm still retaining the arcade battles flight model, it makes flying planes extremely weird. For example, there is absolutely no engine torque on this plane. Like, why? Because in arcade battles there is no engine torque modeled. I didn't know that. Apparently that's a thing. Another thing is that these planes will turn and have the energy retention of arcade battles plane. Which means this landing is not gonna go as I plan. But anyhow, this time I'm diving directly down to deck, but this time I cut the engine completely because I'm a monoplane. I'll be going a little bit too fast for this landing, I think. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that I did here is I changed my flaps to the combat flaps, which means that I'm going to need to be very careful when I try to do this, because the plane now is going to be extremely sensitive, as you can see here. It was so hard to do this. The plane just kept jerking around at the slightest tap of the stick, and I clipped the ground and I cut off my wing and I crashed completely, failing again and embarrassing myself yet again. That is 3 times in one video that I've embarrassed myself. Yay! So my first attempt at this most unnecessary spectacular landing went spectacularly wrong, but this time I'm going to do better. This time I'm not going to be using combat flaps, and I deployed my landing gear before time, so I should be able to at least touch down if I don't clip a wing or clip a tree. Clip my wing on a tree, not clip a wing or clip a tree, that doesn't make sense. But anyhow, I'm just finishing my landing procedure here, and something interesting is going to happen. As soon as my gears touch the ground, poof, I bounce just right off and continue flying. Apparently, this road is leading downwards. This is basically a downhill road, but I do manage to stabilize the plane and keep both of my front wheels and my rear wheel, whatever you want to call it, on the ground, and I can actually drive. So yeah, I did it. And what now? I actually don't know. I just continued driving towards the enemy. As you can see, I'm currently 2.5 kilometers away from the closest tank. And it's going to be a little bit of a problem because that guy isn't in the middle of the cap zone. He is at the most western edge of the cap zone, which means that he's just waiting for me to go there. He's just waiting for me to come around the corner so he can shoot me in the face. Some of you probably already guessed what is going to happen in just a minute here. My plan in the end wasn't all that cunning. I even switched to the third person view just to see how it looks when I'm driving along the ground here, but you will see as soon as I get close to the capture point, that BT-5 over there, the mod 1933, he just sees me and like, oh, look at that, that's a free kill. So first he starts off by just testing the waters a little bit and shoots me with his machine guns. And after he clips me a little bit, he turns his 45mm cannon at me, and boom, baby, there I go. Yeah, it was a fun ride, but unfortunately I couldn't capture the airfield. Well, not the airfield, the road. God damn it, what's wrong with me? But after I've done this, I have the bragging rights of saying that I've landed an aircraft on a road in arcade battles using simulator battles flight controls. That is the worst bragging material ever. Just so retarded. Why would anybody ever do that? All in all, this event was extremely fun, although I played only a few matches in it because, well, while it is fun, it gets old pretty quickly because when you're on the ground, it's not as fun in my honest opinion. You just literally stand at one place and you shoot at planes, and you try to shoot at planes because in arcade battles there is that thing called the lead indicator, but the lead indicator doesn't work for machine guns that are on tanks, only for the primary environment, and in this case this is the 37mm cannon of the M3 Stuart. So yeah, you get what I mean, it's not as fun as when you're in the air and you see somebody trying to drop bombs on us. Unfortunately for you, 10 kilo bombs don't do anything, bro. But anyhow, like I said, a very fun event, and I really wish that Gaijin would go more in this direction, where they make fun, gimmicky events that everybody enjoys and that are not just the standard, oh, go there and kill all of those guys. I really like events like this that bring something to the game other than tank versus tank or aircraft versus aircraft combat. But anyhow, this has been just a short video. I wanted to just do this because I find this event very fun. My name has been Soulfax. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will watch some other videos from my channel. Yeah, let's just go over and watch them. Again, my name has been Soulfax. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. So stay cheeky breeky, my friends. I don't know why I keep saying that. I said it in the last two videos. Goodbye.